Well, hello there, it's Leanne Oaten here, and I'm just going to be teaching you today about the 5 top indicators that you may have adrenal fatigue. So before I get into that, I'm going to just share a little bit about who I am and why I am really in love with teaching this particular topic. So first of all, my journey through adrenal fatigue has been a long one and a very drawn out one that has taken a lot of trial and error. And so through my personal experience, as well as my past 6 years working with women in my holistic counseling practice, I've been able to see just how common having this underlying imbalance really is. And it's even if you're not completely aware that this is going on, chances are pretty good if you have these 5 indicators I'm about to share with you that there is something like that going on. And we're going to get into that in a moment. So my particular area of expertise is in women's holistic health and adrenal fatigue recovery. And the way that I approach this is with my holistic framework. I have a past in counseling psychology. That is my educational background. And I've been practicing as a professional holistic counselor for the past 6 years. And through this 6 years of experiencing this one-to-one work with women, I've been able to see a lot of the common threads and the common pain points that we experience as women and why we burn out. And so I've included all of that and the recovery for that in my 21-day adrenal program that I'll share with you at the very end of this class. But for now, we're just going to get into the 5 top indicators that you may have adrenal fatigue. So number 1, and this is like a hallmark sign that your adrenals are not functioning well, and that is waking up in the morning feeling unrested. You just feel exhausted. You could almost feel like you're hungover, but you haven't had any alcohol to drink. You may have a headache or feel nauseous, and it just takes you several hours to really get going. You find you have to get up and have several cups of coffee just to feel awake and able to function. This is a really big sign that your adrenals have burned out. The reason being is that in the morning, our cortisol levels should really be at their peak so that we can wake up feeling well rested. But when we have high cortisol levels throughout the day due to high stress, everything becomes imbalanced and it almost becomes reversed, so that we have higher cortisol at night when we need to be wound down for rest and calming down for sleep time, which you find that it's hard to get to sleep. That's the other side of that. And then you wake up feeling just awful and like you just didn't even sleep because your cortisol is not where it needs to be in the morning for you to feel awake, because your body is so tired and your cortisol reserves are depleted. The second sign is that you feel just this sense of overwhelm and exhaustion, and you just struggle to complete your daily tasks, whatever that may be. If you're a mother at home with children, you may find it is almost impossible to keep up with the daily just care of the children and care of the home. And this was me when my children were younger. I just couldn't keep up with the household chores. And even up until sort of recently, this was an issue for me because my fatigue was it was just debilitating. I couldn't keep up with things that I could see everyone else around me keeping up with. And I, beat myself up about it and would force and push my way through. But that was just hindering my recovery. So it wasn't until I really started to change a lot of my lifestyle and the things that I was doing that I started to see real results. So if you feel like you're falling behind and you can't keep up with your life, and you're just overwhelmed and exhausted and you have no energy, this is a hallmark sign of adrenal fatigue. Number 3, you have belly fat storage that has accumulated mainly around the middle, that spare tire, which has also been coined the cortisol belly. Cortisol likes to live right around the midsection. So if you have it predominantly just in the midsection and not so much anywhere else, and it's fat storage that is really impossible to budge. It's, you could be doing your best to eat really well and exercise and find that it just won't release. So that is another hallmark sign of adrenal fatigue. you feel too exhausted to exercise and you feel depleted after having any physical activity. So this is the other side to this, is you could be doing your best to lose weight or, reduce your body fat percentage or just fit into your clothes in a way that feels good to you. And so you're wanting to make these changes, but you don't have any energy, to exercise. Exercising just feels so insurmountable. You physically don't have the energy. And sometimes we push, and that was me for a long time. I'd push through and do my weights and do my high intensity intervals and be depleted for the rest of the day. And that's not how it's supposed to be. Exercise is meant to make us feel energized and clear-headed and ready to tackle our day. So if you're finding that it takes you a day or two to recover after a workout, and after you've worked out you feel depleted and so exhausted, and you may even have a headache that happens after, this is a sign of adrenal fatigue. You're also experiencing depression and anxiety simultaneously. So it could be you have periods in the day where you're feeling really low and really depressed, and then you'll have times where you're feeling really revved up and highly anxious, and you find it hard to relax. So it's kind of, you see both pieces of that. And this is often something that is very much overlooked in most medical care, and as well as when someone might go and see a typical mental health professional or counselor with depression and anxiety. Unless the person is really experienced and has some expertise and knowledge and personal experience in depression, anxiety, and adrenal fatigue and how they're all connected, they're not going to know anything about this. So that's the reason why this is such a powerful combination, combining the psychology, mental health, emotional health, as well as the physical health changes that need to happen to reverse this condition. So if you're experiencing some mood instability and low mood and anxiety, this could be the underlying cause of that, and you could see some things really change when you start to treat this underlying imbalance. So if any of the 5 of these really ring true for you, then you could have something going on. But obviously, if you've got 4 to 5 of these, and most of them, even some of them might be really, really high as far as severity, and the rest might just be starting to become a problem, you still want to take some action before that happens. So if even a couple of these ring true for you and you're really feeling exhausted and you just intuitively know there's something not right, I would really urge you to take action. So you can do like what I did over the past 10 years, and this is the reason why I've been able to create this program and help people in such a potent way, is because of all of the research and digging and implementing and trial and error that I have done myself through researching, reading all books, seeing all kinds of different healthcare practitioners like naturopaths, acupuncturists, you name it, I've tried it. I've done energetic healing, I've done spiritual healing, I've done the whole thing, all different kinds of cleanses and detox plans and diets, and the whole gamut I have done. And so I've been able to really refine the core basic foundational elements that are necessary to reverse this condition. So it's creating that strong foundation from which to build from. So it's a program that is 21 days long, and it includes all kinds of lifestyle practice changes that need to happen. It's a life and health transformation program. It's not just another diet, and it's going to help you to see the areas of your life that really need to change. Because once we get to this place where we're starting to burn out, we have to really look at how we got there, right? It's a series of things. It's not something that's happened for a couple of days. It's basically what we've been doing up to that point that needs to be reversed, and we need to look at the whole picture. So I've combined everything that I've learned, practiced, and tried through my 10-year journey to put it into this one program, this one place. It can be one of those things you can go and research and try and learn and read all you can. But what I found to be the most frustrating thing is that a lot of the information and so-called health experts would conflict each other. The advice would be conflicting. It would be overlapping. It wouldn't make sense. And it would be hard to know which direction to go. And this can be true for any area of health and improving your wellness. So for me, I wanted to really create something that I didn't have at that time. I was looking for someone that knew all the ins and outs of reversing this condition, not just the physical, like going to a naturopath and getting supplements and B12 shots, which I was doing. The naturopath obviously isn't trained in psychology and counseling and dealing with the emotional stress elements. Obviously, that's not their expertise. So I've been able to infuse all of what I know into this program while also taking care of teaching you about the mental and emotional aspects of this condition. So it's a really well-rounded, holistic life and health transformation program. So you can find out more about this program. You can go to leanneoten.com/sessions, which is on my website. And there's different combinations of working with me one-to-one alongside taking the program. And so that's one option. If you just wanted to do the program itself, I'll give you the link for that in just a moment. And if you're not already part of my Thrive Women's Holistic Health community, we're on Facebook. And you just have to type in what you see here, Thrive from the Inside Out Women's Health Community, in the search bar on Facebook, and you should be able to find me. If not, it's right in my bio on my profile on Facebook. You can also message me and connect with me there. I'm pretty reachable, and you can ask me any questions that you may have or just reach out and connect. So if you're interested in just the program itself, it's a really great place to start to educate yourself and to really start bringing in the pieces that are going to help you regain your energy and inner balance and improve your life on all levels. So if you type in bit.ly/Thrive program into the search bar, or you can just copy and paste the link that's here, right here. That will take you directly to the program. And the program is yours for as long as the program exists. And that includes any updates that I make, any additions, any changes, which I'm sure will happen throughout the program lifetime. So once you purchased it, it's yours to take over and over again and to refer to the materials and the cheat sheets and lists. And there's ebooks in there. There's a guided relaxation, mind, body guided practice that I've created. So all of that stuff is in there for you. There's a recipe guide for sugar-free treats that you can have through the program to help you cleanse from sugar, but also if you love to have sweet things, there's some healthy options in there that are sugar-free. So I've tried to put everything you could possibly need to create that strong foundation to really start feeling better. And then from there, you can build off of that. So if you'd like some more information about that, or you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. The next piece would be just to go to the bit.ly Thrive program link and check out the full description of the course there. I've also outlined a more in-depth list of adrenal fatigue signs and symptoms that builds off of what we've just covered here. So you can go in and just check it out and see what's in the program right at that link. So I hope this was helpful for you. And just one last piece, remember that the more that you deny and avoid taking care of your health, the worse things actually become. So it's really important to take action early on rather than just wishing and hoping that it will go away and it will just get better when something happens, or when you're done this particular project, or when this happens, life will get better. We have to take action now because that time may never come. We have to take action to improve our life and health and prioritize that. So that would be my sending off message to you, is to invest in your health, empower yourself to better health, educate yourself, and get in the driver's seat and start making some changes. Be proactive before you need a doctor or a hospital or a surgery. Start taking ownership of your health right now, right here. So I invite you to take those next steps, and I will look forward to connecting with you.